Hello everyone. So once again I got back from PE and I haven't done my hair or put on makeup or anything, but I wanted to do a really quick video on my e.l.f. product for today, and then I'm also going to be doing an Accutane update because a lot of you have asked. So if I can find the before pictures, they will be at the end, and I'm going to take current pictures too. So yeah, let me first get started with the e.l.f. product. So today I'm going to be reviewing the e.l.f. Eye Brightener. And it's, I believe, one of the mineral products. Yeah, this says e.l.f. Mineral Eye Brightener. So I think it's either $3 or $5, but as with all of the studio and mineral stuff, it frequently goes on sale for 50% off. So overall, I'm just going to say it, I guess. I do not like this product. The main problem with it is, if you can see, without me spilling it everywhere maybe, I don't know if that's focusing very well, but if you can see, it's not finely milled at all. It goes on sort of clumpy already, and if your under eye area is at all dry or sort of patchy, this will just accentuate it. Now maybe for someone with oily skin this would work, however I still would not recommend it. But for me right now, as I said earlier just now, I'm on Accutane, so my skin is really dry, and no matter how much moisturizer I use, the area under here just does not ever get all that moisturized. So this just did not work at all for me. As you can see, it's kind of a yellowish color, and honestly, it's just a little bit dark for my eyes. It's called the Eye Brightener, but this does not brighten my under eye area. It just made it made me look more tired. It just accentuated any under eye circle that I had. It accentuated the little fine lines under there. I mean, I don't really have wrinkles, but you know how everybody has just sort of the tiny little lines under there? It totally accentuated that. My rating on this would be like a 1 or 2 out of 10. I do not like this at all, nor do I recommend it. So now for my Accutane update. Let me see if I can find a package of it. Okay, so what I'm taking right now is this stuff, and it's called Claravis or Claravis. I don't know what the pronunciation of it is, but if you can see there, if this will focus, I believe the name for it is isotretinoin or something. Yeah, isotretinoin, however you pronounce that. It's basically the generic of the active ingredient that's in Accutane. So generally just that's kind of cheaper. However, it's still really expensive. I just want to mention that unless your insurance will cover it, and my insurance covers some, but it's still $800 a month just for the pills. Plus you have to pay for the dermatologist, plus you have to pay for blood tests. And let me go into that in a second, but I just want to say up front, for those of you who are considering it, everybody on YouTube that I've watched their videos so far on this, nobody mentioned the price. And I mean, I knew it wasn't cheap, but I think that price is definitely something to consider, because you will pay thousands of dollars for this most likely, unless you have insurance that covers everything. But if you are paying for this, you will most likely pay thousands of dollars before you're through with it. So just take that into consideration. But anyway, so like I said earlier, I just mentioned the blood tests. For girls especially, you have to take 2 pregnancy tests a month, but one of them is just the pee in a cup test, and you can, at least I do that at the dermatologist's office. And then you also have to take a blood test, and I don't know what all they measure with that. I know one of the things is hepatic function, your liver. I don't know what the other things are, but one of the other things is taking a pregnancy test, a blood pregnancy test as well. So depending on where you go, that really varies. So I'm not going to try to give you a price quote on that, but that can also get really expensive. And yeah, so that's enough about the price. You know, any details like that, your dermatologist should discuss with you, and if they don't, they're probably not a good dermatologist. So, you know, any questions like that, you can ask me if you want, but if I have any doubt, I will just say, I don't know, I don't feel comfortable answering that. Please just ask a professional. So now let me just talk about some of the products that I've been using. The first thing that I wanted to mention is, and obviously everybody's skin is different. Everybody's going to react differently to this medication, but for me, my dermatologist told me to use Cetaphil or Cetaphil, however you say it, skin products in general. I use the whatever it's called, the gentle skin cleanser or whatever, the cleanser in the pump bottle. I don't have it right now because it's in my bathroom, but I use that on my face, and I actually got like a 2-pack from Costco, and I think that was only like $12 or $15. So it was almost 2 for the price of 1, because in drugstores they're usually about $11 or $12 for just a single one. But I didn't like using it on my body. It just made my skin, like, you know that feeling where it just feels like you're putting more grease on your skin or something? It felt like that for me. So what I've been using is, I actually just bought a new one, which is why this one is full, but I've gone through like 3 or 4 of these, not just since I've been on Accutane, but this is, if it will focus, the St. Ives Oatmeal and Shea Butter like body wash. And I also have sort of the matching lotion to this, like the Oatmeal and Shea Butter body lotion, and that works really well for me as well. Again, not everybody's skin is the same, so this, I'm not guaranteeing that this would work for you, but it's working well for me. So also, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, this is my sort of 1 to 2 month update. I'm just going into my 3rd month now, but this is my like 2-month-ish update, and I had planned to do this like over Christmas, but then my camera got lost and all that stuff. So another product that I wanted to mention is, if I can find, I don't know. Anyway, it's called Bag Balm. And basically all it is, it says ingredients 8-hydroxyquinoline, I'm not sure how you say that, sulfate, 0.3% in a petrolatum lanolin base. And lanolin is not vegan. For those of you who are concerned about being vegan, lanolin or lanolin, I'm not sure how to say that either, is, as far as I know, extracted from the wool of sheep. So it's not necessary to kill the animals. So it's not like, most of the time, as far as I know, the animals are not killed. But if you're vegan, this is not a vegan product. Now, the reason it's called Bag Balm is because it was originally used, it probably explains it somewhere on the box, but basically it was used like when cows were milked by hand and their udders would get like chapped and stuff. This stuff was made as an ointment to sort of soothe that and help it heal. And the main thing with Accutane is that everything gets dry. Your eyes, your skin, of course, your lips, and for those of you who might be unfamiliar with Accutane, basically the way it works is shutting down oil production, you know, to simplify it, shutting down oil production, so just everything gets really, really dry. So first of all, my skin is dry. Use a moisturizer for that. I can't find mine, but I've been using my Mario Badescu oil-free moisturizer, SPF 22. She also recommended the Cetaphil moisturizer, but again, I just didn't really like that. Now, I don't necessarily recommend the Mario Badescu one. I just already had it, so I've been using it, and it's working really well. But yeah, so one of the main problems for me is my lips get really, really chapped and peely, and then they start bleeding and cracking, and this stuff just really, really makes them feel better. Now, it's going to look like I've used a lot, but basically everything that's scooped out from this side, I was like playing around with it, trying to make lip glosses. So this thing will last you forever. And when I got mine at Target. And let me just check how much time I have left. Okay. So I got mine at Target when I was picking up my prescription. I don't know why. Maybe it was just so that they could have it there for people with Accutane, but I don't know, because the pharmacist didn't really say anything about it until I mentioned it. And I had heard about it from somebody else who had been on Accutane, so I'm not sure if, you know, it was there just for that reason, but it was back with all the things that you sort of, they're not just, like, you don't need a prescription for them, but you can't just pull them off the shelf, like the pharmacist needs to give them to you from behind the counter. So anyway, at Target, it was, if I remember correctly, it was like $5 and some change. I think it was like $5.29 or something like that. And I've also seen it at other drugstores, but I haven't seen it anywhere as cheaply as it was at Target. I've seen it at CVS, this whole thing for like $9, $9.99. At Rite Aid, I believe it was like $6.79 or something. I haven't looked at most other drugstores, but so I know it is sold elsewhere if you don't have a Target in your area, but Target was the cheapest place that I found it. And I forget exactly what it was, but there is 10 ounces of product in here. And compared to a chapstick, when I like divided it out on my calculator, and it was something like 60 times the amount of product in here that you'd get in a chapstick. So for only, I mean, depending on what chapstick you buy, this could be cheaper than a chapstick. And I don't use it as a daily chapstick. I use it when I'm at home or when I'm going to bed. Basically, I don't wear it out in public because I'll just put a bit on for you right now. Although I think I was already wearing it first of all, if you put it on with your finger, it's kind of like not very precise application anyway. But then it's not liquidy, but it's not quite as solid as a chapstick, and so it tends to kind of get like everywhere around your mouth. So not attractive for wearing out in public, but it's really, really soothing and nice. So I definitely recommend using this stuff. As far as other symptoms, mostly it's just dry everything, and I did actually have some like muscle soreness and like joint soreness, but it sort of was bad at first, and now it's like mostly gone. It's sort of like it comes, not in cycles, but like it's not like it's always there. It sort of comes and goes. And then also I wear contacts, and normally, I know this is bad, but I would go like 2 or 3 days without taking them out, and now my eyes get really, really dry if I sleep in them at all. Like even just taking an hour-long nap or something, my eyes will get really, really dry. So maybe consider wearing contacts or wearing glasses instead of contacts wherever possible, or only wear your contacts like to school and then take them out once you get home. But I mean, obviously not everybody is going to find that their eyes being dry is a problem. Carry eye drops with you. And also my nose. I mean, I wouldn't say that it was like I never got nosebleeds, but there are some people who get nosebleeds really, really easily, and I generally wasn't one of them. But now my nose bleeds like, not like I'm just sitting in class and there's blood gushing out of my nose, but like I get nosebleeds pretty frequently now. So another thing to sort of not consider, but like just one of the other side effects that I've experienced. And finally, how my skin actually is. So it sort of went through a little cycle, and from what I understand from all the videos that I've seen, from sort of the picture progressions, and also just from my dermatologist, like what she has said, it's not going to get better right away. You will notice the dryness right away. That's just going to keep getting worse. You will notice, you know, the various side effects right away, but you won't notice your skin improving right away. Now, I sort of did. I stopped getting new breakouts for a while, for about the first month and a half, but then around the 2-month mark, I started getting them again. I started getting like cystic acne down here. I don't know if that's normal, but I also started getting like every single pore through here was a blackhead, and when I went in for one of my checkups, she said that was normal. So I would assume maybe it's just like your body's not producing any new oil, so the old oil is all clogging up in there or something. I don't know. If you have questions, again, ask your dermatologist, because a professional will know far better than I will. But so your skin isn't going to get better right away. Now I don't know if you'll be able to see, but part of what's like on my face is scarring, especially over on this side. Like a lot of this in here is scarring. However, there still is some acne. My forehead wasn't a huge problem. It was mostly like along my jawlines, but yeah, my forehead hasn't seemed to really be breaking out all that much. Down here, I've noticed some lessening of the frequency of breakouts, but it's not amazing. So again, I will definitely keep updating. I'll probably do another update in 2 months or so. I was going to do them every month, but that didn't happen. So I'm going to also do like a 3 to 4 month update, and then finally like a 5-month to finish update. So I think that is all that I wanted to talk about. Oh, your hair also. Your hair will not be oily, obviously. So I only wash my hair. Well, okay, I have PE 2 days a week, so obviously I'm like getting sweaty. I don't want that in my hair. So I wash my hair on Tuesday and then again on Thursday, but then I don't actually wash it between Thursday and then Tuesday again. And it doesn't get oily. One time in there, I'll usually like condition it, just conditioner, no shampoo. But yeah, my hair can easily go the 5 days without washing. It does not get oily. So the only reason that you need to wash it is because it got dirty. Makeup channel, I just figured that I would mention this in here really quickly. I believe this is the last thing that I wanted to mention, that you might have to change your makeup, especially if you had oily, acne-prone skin. If you have all of this like mattifying oil blotting stuff for oily skin, you're definitely going to need to change that. My dermatologist said that she recommended mineral makeup, well, I asked, you mean like bare minerals? And she said, actually, I don't really recommend that just because it's so expensive. So mineral makeup in general, I guess, just stuff that's not going to clog your pores and stuff that's going to be easy on your skin. However, for me, I've actually just sort of been either wearing a light dusting of Physicians Formula powder or no makeup at all, because my skin, even with moisturizer, has been flaking and peeling and just looking dry and patchy. And if I put anything on it, even a liquid foundation or a tinted moisturizer, it ends up just looking worse. So as much as I don't like showing off my acne, I would rather look like that than look like I'm absolutely atrocious at putting makeup on. So I hope that you all have enjoyed this video. This has been my review of the e.l.f. Eye Brightener and my 1 to 2 month Accutane update. And I hope that something in there was useful to you, and I hope that you will continue to join me as I do this e.l.f. month thing, and also join me on my Accutane journey, I guess. And I will talk to you guys later. Please subscribe if you want to see more from me. Bye!